Think positive.
Welcome, or welcome back, to the Gulam Bros podcast. GA for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Feelings in Time. Time keeps moving, no matter what. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days before you even realize it. Life doesn't slow down for you to catch up either. Things are happening every single day. New situations, new conversations, new environments, constantly. And from the outside, it looks like everything is moving forward, like everything is progressing the way it's supposed to. But internally, it's different. Your feelings don't always move at the same speed as time. You can go through something, live it, be in the moment, and still not fully feel it, not fully understand it, not fully process it. So while life keeps going, a part of you stays in that moment. That's where the disconnect happens. Physically, you're here, you're present, you're moving, working, talking, living. But mentally, you're somewhere else, still thinking about something that happened days ago, weeks ago, maybe even longer. And the crazy part is, time doesn't care. It keeps going like nothing happened. So now you're in two different places at once. Your body is in the present, but your mind is stuck trying to catch up to something from the past. That's when it starts messing with you. Because now you're asking yourself, why am I still thinking about this? Why does it still feel fresh? Why haven't I moved on yet? And you start feeling like something is wrong with you, like you're behind. But nothing's wrong with you. That's just the reality of how feelings work. Time moves at one speed, but emotions move at their own. There's no schedule for understanding something. There's no timeline for when something is supposed to stop affecting you. Just because days passed doesn't mean you processed anything. Just because life kept going doesn't mean you caught up mentally. Sometimes your feelings are delayed. Sometimes they don't hit until later. Sometimes everything comes at once after you've been ignoring it. And when it finally hits, it hits for real. That's why something small can feel heavy out of nowhere. Because it's not just that one moment. It's everything you didn't process before it. Now, it's just not one feeling anymore. It's layers. Layers of thoughts, layers of emotions, layers of moments you never slow down to understand, all building up over time. And you're carrying all of that while still trying to keep up with life. That's exhausting. That's why sometimes you feel drained and don't even know why. Because it's not just today you're dealing with. It's yesterday, last week, last month, all sitting there at the same time, all unprocessed. While time keeps moving like everything is fine. So, the real shift happens when you stop trying to move faster and start trying to understand deeper. Because you don't need to rush your feelings to match time. You need to bring your awareness to where you are actually, mentally. That means slowing down, even if life isn't. Taking a moment to sit with yourself and ask, what am I actually feeling right now? Where is this coming from? Why hasn't this left yet? And being real with the answers, not avoiding it, not distracting yourself immediately, but actually facing it. Because that's how you start catching up. That's how you close a gap between where you are physically and where you are mentally. Once you start understanding something, it loses control over you. It doesn't sit in your mind the same way. It doesn't weigh on you the same way. That's when you actually move forward. Not because time passed, but because you processed it, because you understood it, because you allowed yourself to feel it instead of avoid it. When your mind and your reality finally line up, that's when things start to feel lighter. That's when you feel present again, not stuck somewhere else, not behind, just here. This is something people don't want to accept. Realization doesn't come instantly. You don't just feel something and immediately understand it. It takes time. Time sitting with it. Time thinking about it. Time replaying moments in your head. And slowly, piece by piece, it starts to make sense. Not all at once, but enough for you to say, okay, that's why. Because clarity isn't loud. It doesn't hit you like a wave. It comes quiet, in random moments, in stillness, when you finally stop rushing past what you feel. That's when it clicks. Not because you forced it, but because you gave it time. While you figure it out, you gotta have grace with yourself, because you're not always gonna get it right. You're not always gonna respond perfectly. You're not always gonna understand yourself immediately, and that's okay. You're learning yourself in real time, feeling things you never felt before, processing things you never had to face before. So why would you expect perfection? Growth isn't clean. It's messy. It's slow. It's inconsistent. Some days you understand everything. Other days you feel lost again. But that don't mean you're going backwards. It just means you're human. So instead of being hard on yourself for not having all the answers, give yourself space. Give yourself patience. Because you're doing the work, even when it don't feel like it. Sometimes you don't even have a word for what you feel. It's not sadness. It's not anger. It's not happiness either. It's just something. And that's frustrating because we're used to labeling everything. We want to define it. We want to understand it. We want to put it in a box so it makes sense. But some feelings, they don't come with names. They just exist. The more you try to force a label on it, the more confusing it gets. So instead of trying to name it, just feel it. Let it be what it is without needing to explain it. Because not every feeling needs a definition. Some of them just need to be experienced. Maybe the real problem is how fast we try to move on. The moment something feels uncomfortable, we rush to get past it. We want it gone. We want to feel better immediately. But some feelings aren't meant to be rushed. They're meant to be experienced fully, not halfway, not distracted, not skipped over, but felt all the way through. When you rush a feeling, you don't actually process it. You just cut it short. And anything cut short has a way of coming back later. So instead of trying to speed past it, slow down. Let it sit. Let it breathe. Let yourself actually feel it without trying to escape it. So, if you feel like you're behind right now, you're not. You're just processing at your own pace. And that's something you can't rush. But you also can't ignore it. Because time is going to keep moving, with or without you. The real question is, are your feelings moving with it? Or are they waiting on you to finally catch up? I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective. Maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.